August 2025 is bringing some exciting new game releases on your screens. Whether you're into fast-paced action or deep strategy, this month has something special for every type of gamer. From long-awaited remakes and beloved sequels to fresh titles, August is shaping up to be one of the most diverse months in gaming this year. So, let's take a closer look at what's coming your way this August. Don't forget to drop a comment telling us which game you're most excited for, and hit that subscribe button for more updates on upcoming releases. Mafia. The Old Country is taking us back to where it all began. Launching August 8th, this prequel takes us to the roots of the criminal underworld, setting the stage for the entire Mafia series. Developed by Hangar 13, the game places you in the raw, unforgiving streets of early 20th century Italy. You play as Enzo Favara, who journeys from a childhood of indentured labor in Sicily's sulfur mines to joining the Teresi crime family. What starts as a desperate attempt to survive quickly spirals into a violent rise through the ranks. The game is expected to lean into slow-burn storytelling with open-world exploration. There will be period-accurate weapons and intense shootouts as well. The driving is raw and rugged, while the combat is weighty. If you're into crime dramas with grit and heart that takes you back into history, The Old Country could be one of August's most exciting releases. Now we have one from the history books. Metal Gear Solid Delta. Snake Eater is a remake of the 2004 game, Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater, which was the fifth main entry in the Metal Gear franchise. But this isn't just a remake. It's a tribute to one of the most iconic stealth action games ever made. Arriving on August 28th, Konami brings back the origin story of the boss with this modern reimagination. But with today's visuals and controls, you step into the boots of Naked Snake, sent on a covert mission in a Soviet jungle during the Cold War. It's dark and tense, and the deeply political tone reminded me of the classic Metal Gear. And even though the visuals have been massively upgraded, the developers promise that the game will preserve its soul. Gameplay-wise, the stealth mechanics have been fine-tuned to feel more natural and responsive. You'll crouch walk through mud, climb trees, set traps, and manage survival elements like stamina and camouflage. For both longtime fans and newcomers, Delta feels like the perfect way to relive one of the greatest tactical espionage in gaming. Get ready to run, 'cause Dying Light. The Beast is dropping on August 22nd. Hailed as the most ambitious entry in the series yet, Techland is bringing everything players loved about the first two games. You play as Kyle Crane, the protagonist of the first game, who is a former soldier haunted by his past and tormented by something far worse than the virus. After escaping captivity, Crane seeks revenge on the Baron, a mysterious villain who had experimented on him for 13 years. Gameplay is still grounded in the franchise's signature first-person movement. You'll vault across rooftops, swing from ledges, scale high-rises with fluidity, and it all feels better than ever. Combat is gritty and up close, with more weapon variety and a new adrenaline mechanic that kicks in when you're close to turning into the beast mode. Whether you're here for the story or just want to kick zombies off buildings, this one promises a heart-racing, nightmarish ride. Now here's a game that captures your imagination with silence and emotion. Sword of the Sea, launching on August 19th for PC and PS5, comes from Giant Squid, the same studio behind Abzu and The Pathless. Like their previous titles, this one also looks absolutely mesmerizing. In Sword of the Sea, you will step into the boots of the Wraith, a lone figure resurrected in a world that's part ocean and part desert with ancient ruins. You will have a unique tool named the Hover Sword, which acts as both a blade and a hoverboard. That's right, you don't just walk or run in this world, you surf across shifting sands and forgotten oceans. There's no traditional combat here. Instead, gameplay is focused on exploration, where you uncover lost civilizations and awaken colossal leviathans. If you're in the mood for something artistic and deeply immersive, Sword of the Sea might just be the calm escape you didn't know you needed. Gears of War. Reloaded is locked and loaded for August 26th. bringing back the brutal intensity that made the franchise legendary. Developed by the Coalition, this installment isn't a reboot or a sequel. Rather, it's a full-scale reimagining of the original trilogy, turned into one cinematic experience. The story once again centers around Marcus Phoenix and Delta Squad. With upgraded cutscenes and new character moments, you will see familiar scenes in a different light. Combat, of course, is at the heart of it all. The classic over-the-shoulder gunplay is still here, but everything is going to be tighter and more responsive. Cover mechanics have been reworked, and weapons have a new weight and impact. Visually, it's stunning. Every explosion and every chainsaw kill feels more intense than ever. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a newcomer, Reloaded is shaping up to be the definitive way to experience the brutal beauty of Gears of War. Shinobi Art of Vengeance marks the bold return of a legendary franchise, and it's slicing its way onto all major platforms this August 29th. This isn't just a reboot. It's a spiritual revival that honors the classic Shinobi series and also delivers a completely new storyline. You play as the last descendant of a forgotten clan, driven by vengeance after your family is massacred by a mysterious warlord backed by dark sorcery. The narrative blends traditional Japanese folklore with supernatural elements and creates a world that feels really mystical. With fast, fluid, and deadly gameplay, you'll love this title if you're a fan of Ghost of Tsushima or Sekiro. You'll find some familiar swordplay here, though Shinobi leans more towards stealth and precise combo-based combat. You will find everything you'd hope for in a proper ninja fantasy. We'll have intense boss fights, and to survive, mastering timing is key. Now reload your guns because the House of the Dead is coming with a full new remake. Titled as The House of the Dead 2 Remake, this cult favorite zombie shooter is about to blast its way back into our lives on August 7th. Originally released in arcades back in 1998, it's now coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X Shadis, and the shiny new Switch 2. This remake stays loyal to the heart of the original, with two AMS agents fighting their way through a city overrun by the undead. But in this remake, everything has been upgraded. The graphics are sharper, and we have an audio that's completely re-recorded for an extra cinematic punch. However, it's still a classic on-rail shooter, but this time you can expect modern features like difficulty scaling, achievements, multiple endings, and even co-op enhancements. Whether you're chasing nostalgia or discovering this zombie classic for the first time, this remake is shaping up to be a bloody good time. If you've ever stepped into the twisted world of Bendy and the Ink Machine, then you already know how unsettlingly charming this franchise can be. Now, with Bendy, Lone Wolf, things take a darker turn. This spin-off title launches on August 15th across all major platforms, including Nintendo Switch. In this entry, you're no longer playing as the familiar characters from Joey Drew Studios. Instead, the spotlight shifts to a lone survivor trying to escape the ever-growing corruption of the Ink. The story is wrapped in the franchise's signature cartoon horror aesthetic. You'll uncover twisted secrets and face off against disturbing new creatures born from the Ink itself. This time, the gameplay leans more into stealth and survival horror. You'll need to manage limited resources and know when to run. For those who like their horror with a splash of style and story, Lone Wolf looks like a must-play. Now we have something for the strategy lovers, Endless Legend 2. This sequel is making its way to PC on August 7th, and it's bringing the beloved franchise back to life. Developed by Amplitude Studios, this sequel builds on the foundations laid by the original 2014 release, which became a favorite among 4X strategy fans. In Endless Legend 2, you return to the world of Ariga, a planet on the brink with a lot of secrets and strange civilizations. But this time, the game brings a reshaped map system and dynamic events that can shift the flow of war. Though old factions make a return, they've evolved with new powers. The game continues the turn-based format, but adds modern flair into it. Territory control's more tactical now, and diplomacy has more depth. If you enjoyed the original or just love rich world building mixed with strategic gameplay, this one's definitely worth a spot on your wish list. Let's start things off with a game that has been quietly turning heads for years. Lost Soul Aside. This action RPG from Chinese developer UltiZero Games finally hits shelves on August 29th. And if you've been craving something sleek and stylish like I have, keep an eye on this one. Set in a futuristic world torn by war and monsters, you will play the role of Kazur, a young warrior bound to a mysterious crystal dragon named Arena. Together, you will travel through a beautiful but bleak world where you will fight enemies with lightning-fast sword play and fluid combat. The connection between Kazur and Arena adds an emotional layer to the action, giving the story more weight than a typical hack and slash. The gameplay looks incredibly polished with flashy combos. We have teleportation attacks and high-speed movement. And after being in development for over a decade, it looks like the wait was worth it. Black Myth. Wukong has been one of the most talked about action RPGs for years, and now it's finally making its console debut on Xbox Series XS this August 20th. Developed by Chinese studio Game Science, the game draws heavy inspiration from the legendary tale of Journey to the West. You play as the Destined One, a mysterious warrior with powers similar to the Monkey King himself. With shape-shifting abilities, you'll face off against gods and demons straight from Chinese folklore. The world is filled with breathtaking landscapes, and you'll find visuals that are jaw-dropping in motion. Combat is where the game shines. It's fast, brutal, methodical, and the boss fights feel as epic as ever. You can transform into different beasts mid-fight, unlock new skills, adapt your playstyle based on your enemies, and whatnot, with this stylish and mystical touch. This one might just be the epic action RPG of the year.